Hey you guys, it's Yana here, and today I'm gonna show you how to play 1 step forward and 3 steps back on your ukulele. So let's get started. For this song, you guys, you will need just 2 chords, D and G. One more time, D and G. That's it. And real quick, you guys, I'm gonna leave the link in the description for the playlist with the tutorials for Olivia Rodrigo songs, and also for the tutorials with the songs that have just 2 chords in them. In the intro, you guys, you will need to play this chord progression D and G, and you will need to repeat it twice. So you guys, for the intro and the verses, I'm gonna show you the picking pattern and the strumming pattern that you can use, and you have something to choose from. So let's start with the picking pattern, or you can skip to this timestamp if you're interested more in a strumming pattern. So the picking pattern that we're gonna use is gonna sound like this. So let's take a closer look to it. So let's start with the D chord. So the strums, you need to plug third, then first and second together twice. So third, second and first together. It's gonna sound like this. One more time. Then on G chord, you will need to plug first, second and third together. One more time. First, second and third together. One more time. And in intro, you will need to repeat this whole thing twice. In the verses, you will need to play the same chord progression D, G, and you will need to repeat it 4 times with the same strumming pattern. And it's gonna sound like this. I called you on the phone today just to ask you how you were. All I did was speak normally. Somehow I still struck a nerve. So you guys, in the first verse, pre-chorus, and the second verse, you will need the same chord progression D, G, and you will need to repeat it 4 times with the picking pattern that I just showed you. So the first verse and the pre-chorus is gonna sound like this. I called you on the phone today just to ask you how you were. All I did was speak normally. Somehow I still struck a nerve. You got me hooked up in the head, boy. Never doubted myself so much. Like I'm a pretty and a fun boy. Hate that I gave you power over that kind of stuff. Maybe in some masochistic way, I kinda find it all exciting. Like, which lover will I get today? Will you walk me to the door, send me home crying? Okay, now you guys, let's move on to the strumming pattern. It sounds pretty similar. It's gonna go down, up, up, down, up, up. So down, up, up. Twice on D, down, up, down, up, up. And on G, just 1 down strum. So it's gonna sound like this. That's for the intro. And for the first verse, it's gonna sound like this. I called you on the phone today just to ask you how you were. All I did was speak normally. Somehow I still struck a nerve. Now you guys, let's talk about the chords, and let's divide it in 2 parts. For the first part, you will need this chord progression D, G, D, and you will need to repeat it 4 times. And here, you guys, you will need to play this strumming pattern: down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Twice on D, 1 time on G, and 1 time on D. And it's gonna sound like this. for the second part, you will need just these chords, G, D. And you will need to play just one down strum on each chord. And all together, the whole chorus is gonna sound like this. It's always one step forward and 3 steps back. I'm the love of your life until I make you mad. It's always one step forward and 3 steps back. Do you love me, want me, hate me? Boy, I don't understand. No, I don't understand. And in the bridge, you will need this chord progression: D, G, D. And here you will need the same strumming pattern: down, down, up, twice on D, one time on G, and one time on D. And it's gonna sound like this. No, it's back and forth. Did I say something wrong? It's back and forth, going over everything I said. It's back and forth. Did I do something wrong? It's back and forth. Maybe this is all you fold instead. And in the last chorus, you guys, you will need the same chord progression: D, G, D, that you will need to repeat 4 times, and then G, D at the end. But here I'm playing just one down strum on each chord, and it's gonna sound like this. It's 1 step forward and 3 steps back, and I'd leave you by the roller coaster's all I ever had. Yeah, it's 1 step forward and 3 steps back. Do you love me, want me, hurt me? Boy, I don't understand. No, I don't understand. And as always, you guys, you will find PDF with lyrics and chords and chord charts for this song and many other songs on my Patreon, where you can support me and my channel. Don't forget to check out my other tutorials, you guys, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on my new videos, on my new tutorials. And if you want to, you can follow me on my social media at Yana's pages and listen to my original music on Spotify. Thank you for watching.